Now, what could a former housewife, a shop assistant and a journalist have in common? Well, they have pioneered a niche for themselves in the typically male-dominated world of comedy. Mark Llewellyn was tickled pink when he did lunch with three very funny ladies.
These are three of the funniest people in Australia.
I mean, I used to be really bright and I used to know lots of stuff. And now I don't know anything. I just write jokes.
Wendy Harmer.
You just suddenly go, and you're in the middle of something, go, right, yeah, and yeah.
Jean Kittson.
And they genuinely complained she didn't talk about blokes at all.
And Denise Scott. Three of the best in a field laden with talent. Amazing, really. Not so long ago, successful women comedians were about as rare as, well, a male comedian without a mother-in-law joke.
Women for the first time are writing their own material. In days of vaudeville, it was amazing. What would happen is that women would take part in the sketch on the stage, but they were never allowed to see the script. So the stereotypes aren't the blonde bimbo in the bikini and the Harridan in the hair rollers anymore. You know, you have bimbos in leotards and Harridans in slouch hats.
I had a best party I've been to in years. No, the last person didn't leave till 3 a.m.
I know, and that was Lucy's 4th birthday party. God, imagine what her 21st is going to be like.
When it comes to women's comedy, Wendy Harmer wrote the book, this book. Now she has a second on the way, all about relationships and breaking up. It's a barrel of laughs.
And I give advice to them if you want to commit suicide, like, make sure you trim your hair and your fingernails, because after you're dead, they keep on growing. And no one likes an untidy.
We're having fun.
Certainly it's writing that this one-time journo enjoys best.
Well, I have an admission to make that really, when I write my material, that's the most fun I have. I sit there at my word processor, I say, Harmer, there's no doubt about it, you're a bloody genius. I think I'm great. And then I have to go, oh no, I have to perform this. I reckon when John Howard was a kid, he would have been the sort of kid who always said, oh, hi, you guys, can I come too?
Talent quest, you know, at the local church. Fox went out on a chilly night.
An inauspicious debut, but then Denise Scott's comedy is very much a celebration of the mundane.
I mean, it's wild stuff out there in the suburbs. Wild.
18 hours I spent on that joy. 18 bloody hours. Don't start on the birthday cake. Oh, it was a work of art. I know. Straight out of the Women's Weekly birthday cake cookbook. The Olympic Stadium, 10-lane swimming pool, ice cream birthday cake.
I really enjoyed my years of hanging around home in my dressing gown. There is that element of you yell and then you keep conversing and you talk about everything.
Get that hose out of the pram! I knew she wet herself.
I did a lot of things, you know. I was a teacher and a secretary and worked in shops and sold illuminated signs and did heaps of things.
With Jean written on them.
Jean's jobs included a comic stint behind the counter of her local chemist.
I remember one time this guy came in, he asked for Gossamer, which was a brand name of a contraceptive. And I had no idea, I didn't even know what they were. And all I thought of was hairspray, and I said, oh yes, what would you like, normal or hard to hold? He didn't come back.
Nor did Jean hang around long either. For her, comedy was a means of getting noticed. A leg up, if you like, to her real love, the stage. It worked. This year, she won the prized lead role in the David Williamson play Siren.
It's on the squirrel's turn and a voice check work.
But it's comedy which has given her, Wendy and Denise, fame and fans by the truckload. Do you get people who recognise you?
Oh, yeah, a lot. I have actually...
Never.
Oh, that's not true.
No, well, on the tram, I had a black African family on the tram recognise me. And that's the closest I've come.
People can recognise me with a bloody paper bag over my head in a snowstorm. I mean, I'm really lucky. I have one of those sorts of celebrities where people come up and say, oh, g'day, Wendy, and I can turn around and say, rack off. And they go, it's great, Wendy Harmer told me to rack off. It's fantastic.
No, it doesn't hurt.
Oh.
Live performance offers its own special buzz, like the thrill of going totally blank.
And your mind's going, what the hell? And you're going, and you're zooming through your script. It's like, the only thing I can relate it to is like you've just dumped maybe 14 hours work on a computer.
Or then there's the charge that comes with getting the giggles and knowing nothing can make you stop.
And you have to breathe and, you know,
We
like
used to shake hands, didn't we?
Yeah, we will not.
We will not laugh.
Right, okay, promise. There we go.
You know the worst thing, though? You know the bloody worst thing, don't you?
What?
If you set up the premise that you're going to make people cry and you don't deliver, an audience doesn't really mind that much. If you set up the premise that you're going to make people laugh and you don't deliver, the audience hates you.
When you die, you just feel totally let down and humiliated and worthless. And you could have 2 years of, like, you know, a lot of people slapping you on the back going, hey, good work, you know, and you have one bad gig and that 2 years just evaporates. And you just think, there's nothing, I cannot do this. This is not, I've got to get another job.
But that's not likely to happen. Not while the job is being done so well.
Shopping is better than sex. One, you can take along your mum for a second opinion. Right? 2, you can stop halfway through for a cappuccino and an organ vase.
Mark Llewellyn reporting. I'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.